Hello out there, Internet. My name is Morgan Freeman, and welcome to another chapter of Tales Back in Diapers. Chapter 3, Changes. Not by David Bowie, but by Black Nightwing. After the incident with Sonic on Saturday, Tails realized that he could very well have to start wearing diapers regularly, just in case, you know. But the problem was, how would he hide it from his parents? They were leaving for another business-related thing in 2 days, and they'd be gone for a week this time. He would have to conceal his padding underneath his pants for the next 2 days then. He experimented with different pairs of pants and shorts he had in his dresser and closet, and most of them didn't work at all. They either bulged out more than a balloon, or they weren't soundproof and the crinkle of the diaper could be heard very easily. Man, don't I have at least one pair that could work? But just as he was about to give up, he found a pair of wind pants that could double as shorts as well. They were baggy enough, without falling off his waist, to hide the bulge of the diaper, and since they were naturally louder than normal pants, they hid the crinkle of the diaper almost perfectly. Well, that's that problem sorted out. But I still kinda waddle from the thickness of the diaper. Maybe I should put on those pull-ups that Mom bought me, since they have less padding, but are still almost just as absorbent. Tails slipped on one of the pull-up, and the waddling was gone with about 50% of the padding that the diaper had. Well, I guess I'm a sucker for thicker diapers, but this will have to do for the next 2 days. Tails sprinkled some baby powder into the crotch and slipped on a t-shirt that was baggy enough to cover his waist just in case his padding became exposed. He took one last look at himself to make sure he was completely concealed and headed downstairs to grab a bite to eat. He didn't have to worry about his parents smelling the baby powder, since they already made him use it so he wouldn't get a diaper rash. Tails had slept in a little later that morning, so it was already about 10:30. He was expecting to find his parents downstairs, but they weren't there. He found a note on the counter that read, "Honey, your father and I went shopping, and we won't be back until around 2 o'clock. Well, that explained where they went. He switched on the TV and made himself a bowl of cereal. After cleaning up, he decided to play some video games until around 1 o'clock, when he noticed that his pull-up was wet almost to the point of leaking. Guess I'd better go change into a new one. I don't think this one can hold anymore." Tails felt the crotch of the pull-up and walked back into his room. He dug out a fresh pull-up from his dresser and laid it on his bed. He took off his pants and then pulled off the soaked pull-up. He slipped the clean one halfway on, stopping only to spread some baby powder around his crotch, and pulled the pull-up the rest of the way up and threaded his tails through the hole in the back end. He pulled his pants back up and put the changing supplies back into his dresser. Tails went back downstairs and went to grab a glass of water. When he looked into the cabinet to get a glass, he saw some odd-shaped glass containers shoved to the back. He shoved everything else aside and saw that it was a bunch of old baby bottles. 8 to be exact, and the nipples were just off to the side. Just then, he got a crazy thought. I wonder what it would be like to be a baby again. He shook his head and put the bottle back into the cabinet He finished getting a drink and went back to watch some more TV. His parents were back within about 45 minutes with handfuls of bags. "Hey Miles, come here and give us a hand with unloading the car," Amadeus told him as he set down the bags he carried in. "Okay, Dad." Tails got up and went to help his mom. "Thanks for helping me, Miles." Rosemary smiled at her son. "No problem, Mom. Hey, if it's okay with you, I'm gonna go to my workshop for a while and work on some projects." "That's fine with me. Just be back before 10 o'clock, okay?" "Actually, I wanted to stay the night over there, since I have a bunch of things to do." I suppose it wouldn't hurt anything, so I guess you could." "Thanks, Mom." Tails hugged his mom and went up to his room to pack some things for the night. He pulled a duffel bag out of his closet and put some of his things into it. Firstly, he put in about 5 diapers, a bottle of baby powder, baby lotion, and some wipes. Then he put his pajamas, a change of clothes, and some other cleaning things. After he had everything in order, he went back downstairs and got ready to leave. "All right, Mom. I'm gonna take off now. I'll see you sometime tomorrow." "See you tomorrow, Miles." After he left the house, Tails headed straight for the subway station to get to his workshop. By the time he got onto the subway, he noticed that his pull-up was already a bit wet. He just shrugged it off and decided he would change into a real diaper when he got to his shop. After half an hour on the subway, the train finally made its stop just a few hundred feet from the workshop. The technical workshop was actually part of a bigger hangar in which his previous mechs were all stored. Attached to the workshop/hangar was a small house with pretty much everything anyone needed to live there. A kitchen, 2 bathrooms, and 3 bedrooms. Tails almost never used the place, but Sonic usually came by once or twice a week just to maintain the place. Tails walked inside the house and headed straight for the main bedroom that he used whenever he stayed there. The room he slept in was covered in yellow from top to bottom, since yellow happened to be his favorite color. He set his things on his bed and got out some supplies to change into a new diaper since his pull-up was pretty much at its limit. As soon as he threw the wet pull-up into the trash can, he decided to get down to business on a recent project he had been working on. A while back, he made an artificial Chaos Emerald to replace a real emerald. This time, he was trying to create a more exact emerald that could be used for more than just one Chaos control. He had already created many fakes, but each time he had Sonic use it, the emerald would crumble apart. Tails was also hoping that he may find a way to create a super emerald with his research. Although, with the hours ticking away and almost no progress being made, Tails had started to doze off and had plastered his face onto all his research papers. Then, he started to have one of the weirdest dreams ever. It started off with Tails waking up behind what looked like some sort of wooden bars. Where the heck am I? He was able to look around the room, which, oddly enough, looked an awful lot like an infant's nursery, and he was inside a crib. After coming to that realization, he immediately looked down at the body he was stuck in. He saw that he was his normal age, but was also wearing a diaper and what looked like a onesie along with a pacifier in his mouth. This is weird. Why am I wearing baby clothes? And why is there a pacifier in my mouth? He plucked the pacifier from his mouth and chucked it across the room. It's pretty weird that I can control what I do in this dream. Maybe I can climb out of here." He stood up in the crib and walked over to the side. The bars went almost 2 feet above his head, which was strange since he was at least 2'7". Well, I can just fly out of here anyways." But just as he was about to spin his tails, it became clear to him why he was wearing a diaper in the dream. He could feel the urine flooding the diaper from the front as well as the poop cramming up the back of the diaper, which caused him to lose his balance and fall backwards onto his bottom. Uh-oh, this won't be good. As he landed, there was the feeling of the poop being spread all over his butt, and he did not enjoy the feeling. The feeling was almost enough to make Tails start crying, but the dream was way ahead of him, and his dream self was already in tears. Ugh, why was I able to feel that? This is a dream, right? Oh great, and now he's crying. Just as Tails was about to try to regain control, someone entered the room and started to calm him down. He couldn't see who it was, but he could hear a voice saying, "It's okay, Tails. It's all a dream. Now wake up. Wake up." Tails could feel something shaking his body as he was waking up. He could feel his thumb in his mouth and groggingly pulled it out. Hey, Tails. Are you awake yet?" "Huh. Oh, hey, Sonic," Tails said as he sat upright, which he would instantly regret doing so. "Oh man, I guess that dream was a bit more real than I thought." He instantly felt the poop in the back of his diaper smash all around his bottom, which made him cringe from the feel. "You must have been out all night, man, judging by how full your diaper was," Sonic said, pinching his nose. "How could you tell?" You weren't wearing any pants, just a shirt and a diaper." "Oh, well, if you excuse me, I have a very important shower to attend to," Tails said as he waddled towards the bathroom. "I guess I'll be waiting for you upstairs then," Sonic called back as he headed up the stairs. When Tails got into the bathroom, he turned the shower on and quickly removed the dirty diaper and threw it into the trash can. Afterwards, he grabbed a towel, removed the rest of his clothes, and stepped into the shower. While he waited, Sonic decided to start making some breakfast. He looked through the pantry and found some pancake mix. "I suppose this'll do," Sonic said as he started to mix the batter. 30 minutes later. "Man, what is taking that kid so long? The food's gonna get cold at this rate." Sonic started back down the stairs. "Hey, Tails, what's taking you so long in there?" "Hey, why don't you try cleaning crap out of your fur?" Tails called back from the shower. "I'll be out in a few minutes anyways." "I think I'll pass on that one, thank you very much. Just don't take too much longer, okay?" Sonic said, slightly cringing from the thought. Yeah, Tails said as he started drying himself off. Once he was thoroughly dried off, Tails dug a fresh diaper out of his bag and did the usual routine. "Well, it's about time you got done," Sonic remarked as Tails took his seat. "Hey, I was going as fast as I could, okay? It takes a lot of scrubbing to get thoroughly clean." All right. No need to be such a grouch, man." "Sorry, Sonic. I'm just a little on edge." "Is something bothering you?" "It's all these accidents I've been having lately. I know I still wet the bed a lot, but I haven't pooped while sleeping since I was 5. It's just kind of weird." Well, you did have that accident when I came to see you the other day. Yeah, but I couldn't control it. I don't understand why I'm losing control. A few purposeful weddings shouldn't be the matter either. Well, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Maybe something triggered it. Sonic shrugged his shoulders. All I know is that the accident started the morning after Ebony left. Tails paused for a second and readjusted his diaper. Maybe she has something to do with it. I'll ask her about it as soon as I can, but I'd better head home for now. All right, bud. See you around, I guess, Sonic said as Tails got up and grabbed his bag. See you later, Sonic, Tails called as he headed out the door. Thank you for joining me, Morgan Freeman, for another chapter of Tales Back in Diapers by Black Knight Wing.